Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. Hope you all will be fine and safe. Dear students, today we are going to learn our next lesson of social studies of grade 5. So let's start. Dear student, today we will learn unit number 4, history part 3 on page number 57, and today our topic is famous personalities. So let's start reading. There are many personalities who made history. They are great people known for their great deeds. A common quality of all these heroes of history is their commitment to their goal. This quality keeps a person on track and does not let him get away from his cause. Here we will study about some of the personalities whose life is an example for us. Dear students, as we know that there are many famous personalities, we know like Quaid-e-Azam, Allama Iqbal, Fatima Jinnah, etc. But in this chapter, we are going to discuss other famous personalities other than these personalities like Edie, Mother Teresa, Nelson Mandela, etc. So, first of all, we will read about Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah is the father of our beloved nation. The title Quaid-e-Azam means great leader. He was the most devoted leader behind the struggle for Pakistan. Quaid-e-Azam was born in Karachi on 25 December 1876. After his early schooling, he went to England to become a lawyer. After coming back to subcontinent, he joined Indian National Congress that was struggling for independence of the country. In the beginning, Quaid-e-Azam was a great supporter of combined struggle of the Muslims and the Hindus for independence. Soon he realized that the policies of the Hindus were not beneficial for the Muslims, so he left Congress and decided to continue his struggle under the flag of All India Muslim League. This was the visionary leadership of Quaid-e-Azam that proved to be a ray of hope for the Muslims of the subcontinent from the time he joined the struggle for independence till his death on 11 September 1948. Quaid-e-Azam worked day and night for the creation and prosperity of Pakistan. It was due to his untiring efforts and wise leadership that a separate state for the Muslims came into being on 14 August 1947. Quaid-e-Azam became successful in fulfilling his mission because of his honesty, hard work, and discipline. After creation of Pakistan, he became first Governor General of Pakistan. He never took government money for his personal needs. He was a man of high morals and integrity. If we want to see Pakistan a strong nation, we will have to follow his footsteps. Dear students, we all know that Quaid-e-Azam was a great leader, and this great leader was born on 25 December 1876 in Karachi. After his early schooling, he went to England for higher education and he became a lawyer. When Quaid-e-Azam returned from England, there was two parties, Congress and Muslim League. And he first joined Congress thinking that it take care of all the issues of Muslims and Hindus alike. But later on, he left Congress and joined Muslim League, realized that Congress was only working for Hindus and the policies of Hindus were not beneficial for Muslims. So he left Congress and joined All India Muslim League. Quaid-e-Azam did untiring efforts, and due to his untiring efforts and wise leadership, we got a separate Muslim state, and we are living in an independent Muslim state. And after untiring efforts of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Pakistan came into being on 14 August 1947, and Quaid-e-Azam was a man of honesty, hard work, and discipline. And it is our duty, it is our responsibility to follow the footsteps of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Okay, next move to the next personality, Abdul Sattar Edie, and you can see a picture of Abdul Sattar Edie. Abdul Sattar Edie is the name of the person who made us proud among the nations of the world. He was the symbol of sympathy, of the face of charity in Pakistan. Edie was born in 1928. From young age, he had to take care of his paralyzed mother. This had a great effect on his life, and he devoted himself for the help of the poor and the needy. He maintained a very simple lifestyle that was the reason why people trusted him. He established Edie Trust with the charity of the people. Whenever there was any accident or natural disaster, Edie or his volunteers reached there for help. He never thought about religion, caste, and language of the needy people and helped them without any discrimination. Edie Foundation has world's largest ambulance service. The services of Edie have been recognized by various national and international organizations. Abdul Sattar Idi said, "Empty words and long praises do not impress Allah. Show him your faith by your deeds. It is a great lesson for all of us. He died on 8 July, but his great work is still alive." Abdul Sattar Idi was born in 1928 and his mother was paralyzed, so he had to take care of his paralyzed mother. This had a great effect on his life, and he decided to devote himself for the help of the poor and needy people. Abdul Sattar Idi was a man of devotion and he was the symbol of sympathy. He lived a very simple life and he didn't like luxuries, so that's why people liked him and trusted him. Whenever there was any accident or natural disaster, Idi or his volunteers reached there for help, and he never thought about religion, caste, and language of the needy people, and he helped them without any discrimination. Other than that, he started Riksha Rozgar scheme for the unemployed and the poor people, and he was the man of devotion and he was the man of good deeds. The services of Idi Trust have been recognized by various national and international organizations, and due to the services of Idi Trust, Abdul Sattar Idi received a number of awards. And he fell ill due to the day and night hard work, so he passed away on 8 July. And now his sons and wife take care of Idi Trust. Mother Teresa. Mother Teresa is one of the most significant personalities in the field of service to humanity. She was born in Macedonia in 1910. After the death of her father, her mother took care of her. She moved to Calcutta in India, where she taught in a school from 1931 to 1948. In the streets, she saw suffering and poverty that made deep impression on her. In 1948, she left the school and devoted herself to working among the poor people of the city. She started an open-air school for poor children. Soon she was joined by voluntary helpers and financial support started coming. This made it possible for her to extend her work. Mother Teresa's work was recognized throughout the world and she received a number of awards. In 1979, she was awarded the Nobel Prize. She died in 1997, but her mission is still alive. Her personality gives us the lesson that nothing is nobler than serving the humanity without thinking about caste, complexion, or creed. Here we have another personality, Mother Teresa, and she also devoted herself for the poor and the needy people. She was born in Macedonia in 1910, and after the death of her father, her mother took care of her. She moved to Calcutta, which is in India, and after then that, she taught in a school from 1931 to 1948. In 1948, she left the school and she decided to devote herself for the help of the poor and the needy people. So, started an open air school for the poor children, and soon she was joined by voluntary helpers and financial support started coming. This made it possible for her to extend her work, and Mother Teresa's work was recognized by the award, and she received many awards due to her contribution towards helping others. So she received many awards, but in 1979 she awarded Nobel Peace Prize. She died in 1997, but she is still alive in our hearts, and her good deeds and services will never be forgotten. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela is known all over the world for his struggle against racism in South Africa. He fought against a system where non-white citizens did not have equal rights as whites had in the country. Mandela was born in South Africa on 18 July 1918. Mandela studied law and opened South Africa's first black law firm. That firm helped the needy black people. In South Africa, the racist system forced white and non-white people to live in separate areas. Black people and white people could not share a table in a restaurant or sit together on a bus. Black children and white children went to different schools. Mandela fought against this system and was sent to jail by the government in 1962. He spent 28 years in jail but never gave up his ideas. In the 1994 elections, the black people in South Africa were able to vote for the first time and they voted in favor of Mandela. In May 1994, Nelson Mandela became South Africa's first black president. Here we have some information, so let's start reading. Mandela received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993 on his birthday, Nelson Mandela Day. People are asked to spend 67 minutes helping others. Why 67? He spent 67 years serving South Africa. Mandela died on 5th December 2013. Nelson Mandela said, "Education is the most powerful weapon that you can use to change the world." His life gives us the lesson to always stay firm on principles and serve the humanity above the race or religion. Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela was born in South Africa on 18 July 1918 and he studied law. After completing his study. He opened South Africa's first black law firm, and that firm helped the needy and the poor black people. Basically, Mandela fought against the system where non-white people had no rights as the white people had in the country, and the non-white people were badly neglected and they had no rights. As the black people and white people could not share a table in a restaurant or sit on a bus together, black children and white children went to different schools. These were the differences between the white people and non-white people, and Mandela struggled a lot for this system and for this racist system. For this, he sent to jail in 1962, and he spent 28 years in the jail. And after this, 1994 elections, the black people of South Africa were able to vote, and they voted in favor of Mandela, and Nelson Mandela won the elections and he became the first South Africa's first black president. Nelson Mandela's life gives us a lesson that we should always stay firm on our principles and serve the humanity above the race or religion. We have exercise of this chapter, so let's see. Here we have short question answers and long question answers. First we will see short question answers. Question number 1. What is the meaning of the title Qaid-e-Azam? The word Qaid means leader and the word Azam has been derived from Arabic word Azim, which means great. So the meaning of the title Qaid-e-Azam is great leader. Number 2. Why did Qaid-e-Azam decide to leave Congress? In the beginning, Qaid-e-Azam was a great supporter of combined struggle of Muslims and Hindus for independence. Soon he realized that the policies of Hindus were not beneficial for Muslims, so he decided to leave Congress. Number 3. What impressed Idi to devote his life for the needy? From young age, he had to take care of his paralyzed mother. This had a great effect on his life, and he devoted himself for the help of the poor and the needy. Number 4. When was Mother Teresa awarded Nobel Prize? Mother Teresa received a number of awards in her life. In 1979, she was awarded Nobel Prize due to her contribution towards serving the humanity. Number 5. On Nelson Mandela Day, people are asked to spend 67 minutes helping others. Why? Nelson Mandela Day is his birthday. On this day, people are asked to spend 67 minutes helping others because he spent 67 years serving South Africa. Now move to long question answers. Question number 1. Write about the services of Abdul Sattar Idi. He established Idi Trust with a charity of people. Whenever there was any accident or natural disaster, Idi or his volunteers reached there for help. He helped poor and needy people without any discrimination. Idi Trust has world's largest ambulance service. He started Rickshaw Rozgar scheme for poor unemployed people. Number 2. What was the system of racism against which Mandela struggled? In South Africa, the racist system forced white and non-white people to live in separate areas. Black people could not share a table in a restaurant or sit together on a bus. Black children and white children went to different schools. White people were dominant on black people in every profession. Black people were badly neglected. Number 3. What lessons can you draw from the life of the famous people mentioned in this chapter? After reading this chapter, we drew the following lessons. Number 1. We should work with honesty, hard work and discipline. Number 2, we should have high morals and integrity. Number 3, we should live for others as well and do some social work. Number 4, we should be trustworthy. Number 5, we should help others without any discrimination. Now move to book work, which is on page number 62. Part C. Write yes or no. Number 1. Quaid-e-Azam was born on September the 11th, 1948. It's a wrong answer, so we'll write no because Quaid-e-Azam was born on 25 December 1876. Number 2. Quaid-e-Azam was a lawyer by profession. It's the right answer, so we will write yes because he was a lawyer. Number 3. World's largest ambulance service is in Pakistan. It's a right answer, so we will write yes because Pakistan has the world's largest ambulance service. Number 4. Mother Teresa had to take care of her paralyzed sister. It's the wrong answer, so we will write no because Abdul Sattar Idi had to take care of his paralyzed mother. Number 5. Mandela received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. It's the right answer, so we will write yes because Nelson Mandela received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. Now move to part D. Tick the correct option. Number 1. Quaid-e-Azam was born in Dash on 25 December 1876. We have 4 options. Option A Lahore, option B Karachi, option C Islamabad and option D Multan. The right option is Karachi. Quaid-e-Azam was born in Karachi on 25 December 1876. Number 2. Idi was born in option A 1976, option B 1928, option C 1947 and option D 1948. We will take option B 1928. Idi was born in 1928. Number 3. Mother Teresa was born in option A 1928, option B 1931, option C 1910 and option D 1948. We will take option C 1910. Mother Teresa was born in 1910. Number 4. Mother Teresa was awarded the Nobel Prize in option A 1931, option B 1948, option C 1979 and option D 1917. We will take option C 1979. Mother Teresa was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize in 1979. Number 5. Nelson Mandela was born in South Africa on dash July. Option A 17 July, option B 18 July, option C 19 July and option D 20 July. The right option is option B 18. Nelson Mandela was born in South Africa on 18 July. That's all, dear students. Hope you have understood today's lecture. Till then, take care. Allah Hafiz.